WDBFradio.com. WDBFradio.com. WDBFradio.com.
Baseball is starting to wind down. There's about 20 games left in the season for baseball before get to the playoffs here.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're jam packed. So I guess we're gonna start with a little NCAA football.
College, boy, it's on. But actually, we had 1 week before, but this is really week 2. Now you really get to rust off.
Yeah, and Sunday night, Miami hosted Notre Dame.
Right.
What a game that was! Did you watch any of that game?
Yeah,
Steve?
I watched the whole game.
Yeah, that was a really good
Yeah,
game.
yep.
Yeah, it was a really good game.
That was really good, and my daughter was down there. They were going crazy.
Yeah, she called us, folks. Was it at 10 o'clock? Was it before we got on the radio?
No, it was right after.
It was right after we got off the radio.
Yeah.
And I said to Steve, she's driving to Miami
They
now.
were-
It was 11 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah,
and the
was
game
the-
wasn't until 7.
Well, she lives not far from
Right.
Hard Rock Stadium.
Exactly, that was my point.
Yeah.
You left at 11,
Yep.
not 3.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, it's a whole lot of tailgating going on there.
That's a whole lot of tailgating.
Whole lot of tailgating going on.
Plus a football game.
Plus a football
It's a long
game, and
game.
it went late too.
Yeah,
so
it did.
but
Miami
anyway.
did end up winning 27-24 over Notre Dame.
That was unbelievable
Yep.
to start off your first game of the season against Notre Dame and go in there
Yeah.
and really play like a bunch of pros. They were really good, impressive.
Yeah, they were. And I kind of like when these teams play someone meaningful in the first couple weeks. These,
Yep.
you and I were talking about before we got on air, these cupcake games and
Yeah.
we'll talk about some of these. You'll see some of these scores today.
Yes, some of these gimmies.
Yeah. And on Monday night of last week, which was Labor Day, it was the anticipated college coaching debut of Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
They played TCU.
Yep.
Now, after this game, I heard a lot of TCU players were pissed off before this game started because all they heard about all week
yeah.
was about Bill Belichick.
And TCU last year was a very good football team.
Well, was it 2, maybe even 3 years ago? They were in the Final Four for
Right. Right.
for
They
the
were
championship.
always- right.
Yeah. So TCU has always been consistent. So I understand their frustration because they said, there's another team on the field.
Well,
Nobody was talking about TCU at all.
That's right.
Well, guess what? TCU showed up to play. North Carolina did not. I mean, they got their butts kicked 48-14. Now, the opening series for both teams was really good. North
Yeah.
Carolina went up 7-0, TCU came right back
it
in.
looked like it was going to be okay.
Yeah, it was going to be all right. But then TCU just shut the door. I do believe I didn't watch this full game. Just really didn't have too much interest in it.
Well, the pressure on the North Carolina quarterbacks are just incredible. They
Yeah,
just kept
exactly.
coming after
Yeah,
them.
yeah, exactly. So, somebody on my Twitter feed had said, "Who do we see more of during a football game? Taylor Swift or Bill Belichick's girlfriend?"
I know. That was a whole weird thing, man. And it got, and everybody came to town to be with Bill Belichick. Lawrence Taylor,
Yep.
Michael Jordan,
Jordan,
anybody that went to North Carolina. Roy
Williams was there.
Yeah.
Randy Moss was there too. He didn't
Yep.
go to North Carolina. But him and Bill Belichick have a very tight relationship. So it was
Yep.
nice to see Randy. And then, of course, Randy's been dealing with some cancers.
Yeah, he's good. He's
yeah.
gone through it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was good to see him there too. Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. I watched probably the first half of that football game. I didn't see ESPN panning on the girlfriend all that much. I mean, there was a couple times, and I didn't see this, but I guess after the game, she went to console Belichick, and he just basically discharged her. And somebody on my Twitter feed said, yeah, she had to go ask for money for the concession stands.
That's just terrible. But you know,
Come on,
but
there's
I
a
get it.
50-year age gap, people. Come on.
Oh man, really? Yeah.
Anyway,
That'd be but like me having a young girlfriend. Yeah. Imagine that.
More power to you if that's
Yeah,
what you need.
yeah.
You know, I mean,
Forget it.
Exactly. I mean,
You know what I mean? We're talking football here, not girlfriends. You know?
well,
You know what I mean? But you can't help but talk about them because they stick them on the TV. If they wouldn't just point the camera at them, it'd be all right, you know?
ESPN did not point the camera at her much.
No, I think I saw her maybe 2 or 3 times. That was bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, pretty
What?
entertaining. All right. So moving on to now we're into week number 2. Week
Yep.
1's done. And,
Well, you better talk about some of the Florida teams here, huh?
well, I got all of them here.
Okay.
Um,
What did I do with my sheet?
it's right in front of your keyboard, right there.
Okay. There you go. All right. Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Yeah,
Did we
you've been
turn
saying
everything?
that- you said
Yeah, I
that,
know.
you know,
I'm
you've
just
been saying
looking
that for
around.
a couple
Did I
minutes
turn
here.
everything on? Are we live?
I think we're
yeah,
live.
we're live. Okay, good. You never know with me. You know. Getting
Yeah.
old.
We're good. All right. So you want to talk about the big game? You want to talk about the other game? What do you want to talk about? Where do you want to go?
Well, let's talk about this USF Florida Gators game. Now, I know, I almost called you because I felt bad.
All right. Just full disclosure, I
Yep.
did not watch this full game.
Yeah,
I
well,
went-
I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure you turned it off.
Well, no. I mean, we went to a baseball game, so
Oh,
this is why.
okay.
Some of it was on the television, so I watched some of it. Florida didn't look good. They
No,
came
the
in.
Gators, yeah.
Yeah, University of Florida Gators. They came in as a 17.5
Yeah, favorite.
favorite.
Jesus. How do you get that one so wrong?
Well, two touchdowns got called back on penalties,
Yeah.
and then USF scores a late field goal with 3 seconds left on a penalty because someone decided they were going to go spit on somebody.
Yeah, that was the thing going around football this week. It seemed like
The Spitgate.
spitting.
Spitgate, they're calling it now.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that when we get over.
Yeah,
to
we'll
the
talk
pros.
to the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it's
But
monkey.
now
monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah, and then it came over to college. Well, guess what? In college, they're definitely not going to. You're liable to get thrown out of school for that one. You know?
Yes, you should.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Lose everything.
Right.
But everybody thinks it's cute. You didn't do anything really wrong, you know? What if it was the days of COVID and you went up and spit on somebody? That'd be the end of you.
What about the dates in the 90s with all the AIDS stuff?
All the AIDS
before
stuff.
people knew what was going on with
Oh,
that
yeah.
too.
They wouldn't.
come on.
Yeah. If a guy was bleeding, they wouldn't let him play.
No.
You know? And in football, nobody bleeding.
Yeah. So, defenseman lineman Brendan Brett, I mean, he spit on the face of offensive lineman Cole Skinner.
Yep.
So USF just got a 15-yard, free play basically to put them within,
Yep.
field goal range. 3 seconds left. Do you know who the kicker for USF is, Mr. Steve?
No, I do not. But he they need a new one.
USF doesn't need a new one.
No, not USF.
That's what I'm saying. Do you
No,
know-
it's Grammatica.
I know. That's what I'm asking you. Do
Yeah.
you know who?
It's Grammatica's kid who
Yeah.
never misses.
No, Nico Grammatica.
Yep.
And as of note, Warren Sapp's son plays for Florida also.
Yeah, that was
So
that.
you're getting into the time where some of these players that were playing in the early 2000s,
Right.
their kids are.
Right. 20 years later, another generation comes back
Yeah.
up. But it's what was amazing to me was how good USF has gotten over the last couple of years.
Well-
A couple of years ago, they were getting killed by everybody.
Yeah, they were the laughing stock.
Yeah, they were. And that game that we saw yesterday was you got to hand it to USF.
No, I give USF a ton
for
of credit.
turning it
They're
around. Yeah.
Now, they went out and they got a decent coach, too. They went and got Alex Ghosh,
Yep.
and he was up in Tennessee. And he's not afraid to run explosive plays. And it shows. I mean,
No, he'll gamble.
he will gamble. And that's the thing with a lot of these coaches, they're not used to that. They're used to, coaches being safe. And
Yep.
Alex Golish is not safe. Hey, I give the USF a ton of credit. And their quarterback is unbelievable, too. I mean, he is really explosive.
Yep. They're fun to watch this
Yeah.
year, and I tell the audience when the USF comes to play, And I don't care who they're playing.
Yeah.
They're going to be something to reckon with.
Absolutely. So they ended up beating the Gators 18-16.
Yeah. It was a close game, but but really on the field, it wasn't that close. The Gators looked like a little disheveled. They were discombobulated. They weren't
The
together.
penalties are killing the Gator.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got two touchdowns.
Well, stupid penalties.
Yeah, you
too.
got two touchdowns called back on penalties, and then you get a player ejected, and you gave them a free 15-yard play that basically set up the game-winning field goal.
Yeah.
I mean, Napier's got to be he's got to be taking responsibility for some of this because this lays on his shoulders. And the other problem that we're having in Florida, folks, is Napier doesn't have an offensive coordinator, so to speak. He calls all the plays.
Right.
I think he needs an offensive
I
coordinator.
do too.
I mean, he needs some help.
I think he also needs an offensive coordinator too.
Yeah. Right.
I think he needs both. But after what I saw, well, it's still early. That's just the way it goes now. But you can see it trending in that direction.
Well, unfortunately, in college football, it gets early quick because you don't have
There's a lot of games.
to make up ground. And especially when, the Gators and the SEC, it's a tough division. It always has been, always will be. So this is where you got to figure this out quick. Now, Florida's going to LSU next week.
And the way LSU
was
played.
playing, and they're number 3 right now ranked. LSU is. So this ain't. And USF, their schedule's not getting any easier. They're going down to Miami.
Yeah. Well,
they're playing in Miami next week.
Yeah, well, that'll be the best test for
Yes,
them
yes.
all year long.
Correct.
And, I don't see them winning that game, but
No,
if they keep it
close.
yeah, then you got some respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, like I said, Gators are going to LSU, and then USF goes down to Miami. UCF took care of business against North Carolina A&T. They beat them 68-7. Next week UCF is actually off. And then they host Bill Belichick in North Carolina the following week, so they have a week off. FSU hosted East Texas A&M. FSU should have saved some offense for another game. They beat them 77-3.
And played everybody, including the water boy.
Yeah, they should have.
I know.
They should have.
And it was 77-3.
I mean, what a
Now, this is, we talked about a little bit this before airtime. I think that some of these matchups are so bad
yes.
that there was a bunch of them like this. There was 70 to, there was another one that was 70-0. And it was,
Ohio State.
Yeah. There was a couple of those. And, you can see that the coaches probably pick these teams so they give their guys, especially if you have a freshman team.
Yeah.
That's pretty much lined up with mostly freshmen, that you want to give them a chance to go out there and play. But they line these guys up against really big teams. Now, if you have a mediocre team and say, okay, well, I'm going to get a chance to go play the Seminoles, or the top 10 or top 20 guys. You're going to do it. You know what I mean? Because they probably get some bucks too.
They do.
For it.
So I know just from being with the UF alumni and getting emails, a lot of times what the team, like I know UF last week, they paid Long Island University.
Right.
They usually give them $1 million to come down here.
Right.
So that sets up their athletic department for the next few years too.
Right.
And this is why some of these teams are doing it. Do you think that these teams enjoy going and getting their butts kicked 70-0? Absolutely not.
No.
But they're going up, they may be in
But they
Division
get a trip
3.
to Florida.
They get a trip to Florida, and they're boosting their athletic department.
Yep.
And that's really what it is. So you can do this in the first 3 or 4 weeks, but then after that, you got to start playing division opponents and
That's right,
You got to
because-
get into the meat of your schedule, basically.
Right, and you got to show what you got.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You can't come up at the end of the year like a couple teams did a few years ago.
Yeah.
They make it into the championship rounds, and they really haven't played anybody.
No, they didn't play anybody.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
They played a bunch of Division II guys
Yeah,
or something.
right.
I think if you play a Division II school, it shouldn't count.
I agree.
You know what I mean? I don't think it should count because it should count against you going against your conference.
Correct.
Basically it does, but
Right.
You know.
Those games should be more weighted than
Right.
a cupcake team that you're playing.
that's right.
Yeah.
And to me, it's not good football. I don't know how many games that I tuned into because of this system that we have in here. We can watch anything.
Right.
And I don't know how many games I tuned into yesterday. I turned them right off because of the score
Scores
was
were
so
just- yeah,
lopsided.
because at some point
It's not good for the fans.
No,
to
it's
me.
not. And I'm going to give USF a ton of credit here. Week 1, Boise State.
Yep. Boise State's usually a really
Boise
good
State's
team.
well, and they were ranked.
Yep. They were,
Week 2, they're playing Florida, a ranked team.
Yep.
Week 3, they're playing Miami, a ranked team.
yep. I think that
So-
coach, he lined this up so he could really test these guys.
And
see-
they're playing
this-
very well,
I
obviously.
really like this coach that USF has.
Yeah, Alex Golsh. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, he was in Tennessee for a while. I mean, he was on a lot of people's radar.
Right.
And the fact that USF was able to get him down here is unbelievable. So USF is, on the right track as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
And let's keep it up. Hey, I don't think they're going to beat Miami, but if they can keep that game close,
They can keep it close.
that should be their barometers to keep it close.
That's right.
They're not going to get blown out 45-0 or anything like that.
And they're going to learn a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You're going to school there when you go down to University of Miami.
Exactly.
Yep.
So,
That'll be good.
yep. Miami paid Betham Cookman. They beat them 45-3. So, like I said, Miami's had 2 games in 6 days.
Old Bethune-Cookman. There used to be an announcer there. I say this every year.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
What?
happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
It's 3 years since we started this show.
Wow. It's
Three-
been 3 years already?
Yep, 3 years last week, and I meant to say it, and I forgot about it last week.
Wow.
Yep.
Time flies.
Yep, 3 years. But anyway, Bethune-Cookman, they had an announcer. His name was Joe Bullock, and he was a real flamboyant old black guy.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And he'd sit up there and he'd go, well, now, and it was almost like an Amos and Andy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he'd say, well, and if a yellow flag, a penalty flag came out on the field, he goes, well, now there's a handkerchief on the play.
Handkerchief on the play.
Yeah, he was great, man, to listen to. I wonder if we could
And
go get any
he had
recordings of him.
that deep voice
Yep,
like that.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
He was great.
That's awesome.
Joe Bullock.
All right, I'm going to run through the top 10 for you. Ohio State, like we talked about, they played Grambling. They beat them 70-0. Penn State hosted FIU. They beat them 34-0. LSU played Louisiana Tech. They beat them 23-7. Georgia played Peabody. They beat them 28-6. Your 5 was Miami. Obviously, they beat Betham Cookham 45-3. Oregon at number 6. They beat Oklahoma State 69-3. Texas. Arch Manning looked a hell of a lot better yesterday than he did the first week. They ended up beating San Jose State 38-7. Your 8, Clemson, beat Troy 27-16. Notre Dame did not play this week. They got beat on Monday by Miami. They're down to 9th, and your number 10 is South Carolina, and they beat South Carolina State 38-10. So there's your top 10. I don't think there's going to be too much movement. Maybe Notre Dame might move down just only because they didn't play this week. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of ranking change. I
Yeah.
mean, we thought there would be last week. There was a massive difference.
Well, yeah, I mean, Texas went from 1 to 7, which they should have because, I mean, I don't think they should have been ranked 1 to begin the season anyway, but that's all right.
Yeah.
All right, so there's your college football update. And we got NFL stuff. Do we want to talk about that, or you want to take a quick break and then come back? and
We
talk?
got to take a quick break here. We're monitoring what's going on with the
F1.
F1. It looks like they're under caution, or they finished the race and are parading around here, but I'm not quite sure what the hell's going on here.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. They're in,
but we'll try
it's
to-
the Italian Grand Prix this week.
Yep, they're in Monza. We're going to bring up Max Verstappen here when he comes and takes the podium. The Max Verstappen won, Lando Norris came in second, and Oscar Piastri came in third. Oscar Piastri's leading in the points. Looks like he's going to be the next champion this year.
Yeah.
Although there is enough races left that Verstappen could catch him, but outside chance of that. But
They got 8 more races.
Lando Norris could catch him.
Yeah.
But they're like, he's like 50 points or 35 points away, something like that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it shakes out at the end of this race. Like I said, they were in Monza over at Ferrari's home track. I wasn't going to go into this now. I was going to go do the NFL here, but I'm waiting for Verstappen.
We're waiting for Verstappen.
Verstappen to come up and have his moment. Formula One is really taking a big change. Of course, the Cadillac team.
Oh, they just signed Colton Herrera as their
What's that?
Colton Herrera from IndyCar.
Colton Herrera.
Excuse me.
Colton Herta.
Herta,
There
sorry.
you go. Yeah.
He's going to be a test driver.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's going to form. He's leaving IndyCar.
Yeah.
So
Here we go.
Yeah, when we go to car racing, we got a whole bunch of news about that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we'll catch it here in a few.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Ferrari.
Here we go. Here's Max.
Here's Max.
What an unbelievable performance after yesterday that already was astonishing.
He was
You're
on the
up,
pole today.
Look at through your race because it was something that performance was legendary, I think.
Yeah, it was a great day for us. Yeah, of course that one was a bit unlucky, but then after that we were flying. The car was, for me, really enjoyable. I could manage the pace quite well throughout that first stint. And I think, we pitted at the right time. Then, with the hard tires at the end, you can push a bit more. They're a bit more resilient. And just a fantastic execution by everyone, by the whole team. I think the whole weekend we were on it. And it's, of course, super enjoyable to win here.
And tell me about the start. You were super hard, like always, like Mark Verstappen. When you lost the leadership, have you got in mind that was possible for you to win this race anyway, or you had a bit of doubt? What was in your mind at that time?
I could see that immediately the pace was quite good. I just needed to settle in. There was a lot of fighting going on. And then I could see the pace was there, and quite quickly we were back in the lead.
And about your car, seems that was perfect today. Do you think that you're going to have some more chances this year to let us enjoy your driving?
Well, we'll try for sure. We'll go step by step, race by race. But for us, this, of course, was an unbelievable weekend.
Well done. Congratulations. Max Verstappen, the winner.
Yeah, the winner. I was like, you get these foreign guys that come up and do an interview. Okay.
Yeah.
Go, Max Verstappen. What makes you so fast?
Yeah.
Oh, how you answer that? I'm
Well,
just
you
my
can't-
Wheaties.
Yeah, exactly. I slept at a Holiday Inn last
I
night.
said, right. Oh man.
I think that's his girlfriend.
It must be. Anyway, okay. All right, let's get back to the NFL. We got a lot of car racing.
Where's our music?
We have a ton of car. Yeah, I don't have room for it today.
Okay.
We have a ton of
Car
car racing to cover, and we got to get through the NFL here. Otherwise, we're going to burn out this hour.
As we always do.
As we always do.
All right, there's really not much to talk about in the NFL. Yeah, right, folks.
Yeah.
The season started off with Philly and Dallas.
Whoa.
Okay, so and we all know what happened with the Micah Parsons trade, Jerry Jones trade in Green Bay.
Yep.
Did you see any of his interview on CNBC Thursday afternoon
No,
by any chance? Okay, so they did a whole thing about, how much each team is worth and, the valuation. And they were doing a whole thing all day on CNBC.
Yeah, it was crazy with the valuations.
Right, the value. Jerry Jones bought, and the only reason I know this right now is just because he was just in the what do you call it, interview. He bought the Dallas Cowboys for $150 million. Do you know what they're worth now?
Yep, about $8 billion.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It just, that's a really good investment.
Yeah.
There. The guy interviewing, who I was not familiar with, whatever, said, well, his last question, he said, I've got a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans, and they want to know what you were thinking about them when you traded Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
His answer was, well, when we did an evaluation on Micah, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. I think, is it Micah?
Micah.
Micah, excuse me. And he wanted all that extra money. we felt that he wasn't worth it. We felt that one player getting paid that kind of money wasn't financially responsible. We'd rather have the other 5 players that we got.
Well, we'll see.
Didn't help him out Thursday night. You let the best edge rusher in the NFL go.
That's right.
How can you quantify that with 5 other guys that may never see the field?
Well, the thing that made that even was, what's his name, Jason Carter,
Carter, yeah.
and got into it with Zach Prescott right in the beginning. He thought Zach Prescott was spitting at him. And they were in the huddle.
Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter. Yeah.
Okay, now.
Yeah, and he was outside the huddle.
Okay,
And so-
this happened 6 seconds into the game.
Yeah.
Carter got ejected for spitting on Dak Prescott.
And he did. He
Okay,
went right up
he-
and spit on him.
On his shoulder.
Right on his chest. He was right.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Yeah,
whatever. I mean, but Dak admitted moments earlier that he spit, but he spit into the ground. It was just in the direction, in the area of where Carter was standing.
Yeah, about 6 feet away. Yeah.
So Carter
Yeah.
got a little upset.
Yeah, it was like he spit it at his feet.
And this is what we were talking about with the NCAA yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, someone spits in the NFL.
Yeah, and here you go.
Yeah.
8 million kids got to go spitting on people.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, but that's going to stop, I guarantee you, between now and next weekend.
Well, I find it interesting. That game happened Thursday.
Yeah.
We haven't heard any suspensions or anything coming down.
No, well, that's...
Or even a fine.
Wait till Tuesday.
Yeah, you think they're just going to do everything on Tuesday just to see how the week shakes out, probably.
Yep.
Okay, all right. That game was all first half. It was
Yeah.
all first half.
Yeah,
It was 21-20 at halftime.
Right.
And then in the second half, Philly got a field goal and they ended up winning 24-20.
Yep.
That was it.
That was the game.
That was the game.
Yep, the first half was the whole game.
Yeah, exactly.
And but Dallas's mentality was they're going to go with Zach Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, and that's going to be their power this year. Well, CeeDee Lamb couldn't catch a ball, save his ass
Yeah,
last
exactly.
night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, and so this is going to blow up in Jerry Jones' face so bad when they go play the Green Bay Packers.
September 28th.
That's coming up, boy.
Yeah, it's coming up quick.
All righty.
Yeah, yeah.
Unreal. And then the other game,
Which was down in Brazil. They started off at the international.
which was the craziest thing I've ever seen,
Did you see the
the national anthem.
Yeah, the national.
I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah. They also did a nice. I found it interesting because the last time they played down in Brazil, every player complained about the surface. They were sliding everywhere. They couldn't get their foot placements.
That's because it's a soccer field.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they went. So the NFL.
And it's mushy.
Well,
Yeah.
not this time.
Yeah.
The NFL went down there and they reseeded the
They
whole.
did it their way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It was that was a good game for the Chargers because they looked really good. Justin Herbert, I mean, he was firing on all cylinders.
He did.
Patrick Mahomes looked confused.
He
I mean, especially the first 2 series, he just looked like a deer in the headlights there.
they
He
are
really-
not near the team. Well, what they played the other night, they're not near the team they've been the last 2
No,
years.
not at all.
I don't see Kansas City doing much this year.
No.
If they're going to play like that. Now, they could turn it around.
Yeah.
But to see San Diego come out, that's a division game for them.
They're
You know,
not San Diego anymore. They're in LA now.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. I'll always think of them as San Diego Chargers.
I'm with you. It's
Yeah.
always going to be
Yeah.
Washington Redskins,
Yeah.
San Diego
LA.
Chargers.
LA's got too many football teams.
It's always going to be the LA Raiders. I mean, it's just going to
Yeah,
be
that's
Raiders.
right. Yeah.
Come on. These people can move everywhere.
To
they
me,
want.
that's a California problem. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly.
It's not an NFL
no
problem.
problem.
So.
Let them go up and down
yeah,
the coast.
yeah,
wherever they
yeah,
want.
yeah. They can go move wherever they want to.
Yeah,
It's still-
exactly. Anyway, the Chargers looked very good. They executed very well, and they ended up beating Kansas City 27-21.
Yep.
But yeah, it was an interesting football game.
San Diego is going to be. Wait till they go up against Seattle.
No, not Mariners.
What the hell they call
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
We're getting our sports.
See,
We're
I know.
crossing our sports here.
I know.
folks.
Well, there's so much sports, you know what I mean? And to keep it all straight in your head
Mm-hmm.
and stuff without we don't have a big staff. In fact, we don't have any staff. We don't have a
No,
staff that keeps us
we are the
straightforward.
staff.
I know. And we do okay sometimes.
Exactly.
but
We have our hiccups, folks,
Yeah.
but it's all right.
but we're still working on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're running out of time, and we still got 18 miles of NASCAR. But
Yeah, exactly.
oh Lord, have
All right,
mercy.
and so all our Florida teams are the NFL. Dolphins at Indianapolis,
Yep.
Bucks at Falcons, and Panthers. Panthers are the only team at home in Jacksonville. They're all 1:00 games, so all our you're going to be. Steve bought the Sunday tickets, so he's going to have all the TVs
So
here.
all the monitors in here will have games on them, and look, Florida teams. That's basically why I got it.
Right.
So you can, because you can never watch the Florida teams. Usually Jaguars, it's not on, or if the Dolphins are on, the Bucks are playing. You know what I mean? So
I don't have that problem.
that eliminates this problem.
I get all the NFL games,
But-
and I got Red Zone. And Red Zone, up in an uproar, everybody. They're putting commercials in.
Yep.
And this is not an ESPN thing. This is an NFL thing.
The red zone was as much to buy as the Sunday ticket.
I'm not surprised.
You know what I mean?
Did you buy it or no?
No, I didn't get. Why? I got everything else. I got every
I don't know.
monitor. Knowing the man, count the ones out in the other room.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna-
understand what you're saying. You can have all three games. I like the Red Zone because you can really follow all the games, not just,
Yeah.
I mean, every one
Yeah,
of them.
well, they give you the highlights.
Right.
They don't put up a snoozer.
No,
You know what I
and
mean?
you get the quad box going,
Yeah, I
all
like
the-
that.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe we'll get that down the road. I mean, as opposed to getting a Sunday ticket,
Yeah.
I would get the red zone instead because that gives you all the highlights.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to sit through a bunch of crap.
no, yeah. So,
So
thought it'd be fun. So,
Yeah.
I mean, first day of football, here we are. We are finally here, folks.
we're set up, man.
Yeah, we
We're-
are set up.
We're set up for football now. Let's see what happens today with the Bucks. Look really good going up against Atlanta, who doesn't look that good. So we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see how it goes.
And-
I don't even know what the point spread is on that thing. Bucks got to be favored.
I would think so.
I would say at least by.
And Michael Penix Jr., I do believe is going to be starting quarterback for Atlanta today. You will recall that he played for Washington, but he is also a Jesuit, I think it's Jesuit High product in Tampa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's from
Okay.
Tampa. Yeah, yeah,
Well, good. We'll have to be keeping an eye on him.
yeah.
That'll be a good game.
That should be a really good game. Because some prognosticators,
That's pretty good. You spit them big words out every once in a while.
every
That's
once in a
pretty
while
good.
I do. They actually picked Atlanta to win the NFC South, even though the Bucks have won it 4 years in a row.
Yeah, no,
So
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But the Bucks are only a 1.5 point favorite.
1.5 point plus minus their 3.5 for home field advantage. So
Bucks aren't home field. Atlanta is.
no, I'm saying that, but
Yeah.
you add their three and a
Yeah.
half of what they would normally get,
Yeah.
and then take away that from them. So Bucks are favored by 4.5. Really, you know what I'm saying?
But that's not much.
No.
It's not like a 17 point or a 20 point.
1.5.
Yeah.
Wow, I'd take that bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right.
Yeah.
Now, how about the Dolphins? Who are they playing?
Dolphins or Indianapolis?
Indianapolis. That should be Anthony Richardson. He's out again. He's hurt again. So, that's a sad story there. He was doing so well. He great quarterback at University of Florida. Goes out early in the draft. It goes to Indianapolis, and since he's been there,
Injury after
injury after injury.
Yeah.
And that's
Indy's
sad.
actually a 1.5 point favorite.
Wow. I could see that because the
Jacksonville's-
Dolphins are a little disheveled. Dolphins could end up like Kansas City here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they look a little bit, all over the place here. We'll see how they go.
Yeah, exactly.
They knuckle
I mean,
down.
it's week 1, so we don't want to be,
Yep.
you don't want to be panicking, but trust me, the Monday morning panic will start.
Right. Who's the Jaguars playing again?
They're playing Carolina, and they're a 3.5 point favorite, and they're at home.
The
Jaguars.
They should win this game.
Well,
big.
Trevor Lawrence has got to step up this season.
He's got to step up, and
Yeah.
we got Travis Hunter over there.
Yeah,
You got it.
and they're going to play Travis Hunter on both sides of the ball.
They are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they
I
ha-
think that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, they did in week 1.
Yeah.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see that game. That's what, I got this because you can't see the Jaguars when you want
There
to.
you go, right there. They're playing.
There you go. All right, let's take our quick break here. When we come back, we got some car racing, and we're gonna go through it. All righty, hang on. All right, let's get right to the car racing.
Steve already said he's going to whip right through
We're
this.
we're gonna race right through this stuff. We've got a lot. Last week, the Dragsters NHRA was up in Indianapolis for the U.S. Nationals. That's their Super Bowl of the year for drag racing. The end of the season was a week before. Tony Stewart ended up winning the regular season championship. So now it goes into the shootout.
Okay.
So I think it's either 5 or 10. I can't remember how many races there are in there. For some reason, I wanted to say 10, but I know there's not that many weeks left in the season. But they were in Indianapolis, and here's what happened in motorcycles.
There's no question. There's natural talent in both lanes. In one lane, you have a rider that's been tested. He's been track tested over and over again. So he's proved what he's capable of, and this is the opportunity for Braden Davis to do what Gage Herrera did a couple of years ago.
Gage Herrera and Braden
so many
Davis.
decades ago started a legacy of motorcycle competition and drag racing that we watch continue to flourish today. These two young riders are proof positive that they can identify talent and put them on world championship level equipment. They're going to wait it out. The new kid's in.
Yeah, they're trying to psych each other out.
Herrera's bike squirted around a little bit early. He was 003 green, though. Is that enough? Braden Davis trying to catch a finish line. Herrera on a hole shot. 683 forward, 199 at Cinderella. The clock struck midnight a second early.
That's right. It's all about reaction time. It's all about reaction time. All right, here's a name we haven't heard in a long time in pro stock.
Yep.
What a great story this is.
The entire KB Titan team on one side, the entire Elite Motorsports team on the other. These two teams have been involved in fisticuffs on the starting line this year in Bristol, Tennessee. No love lost between the teams, the drivers, or their fans. Both drivers now pre-stage. She's in. Stand and deliver time. Hartford was 17. She was 39. Matt Hartford trying to capture a second U.S. Now she got him. 656. Beats a 660. Hartford's car couldn't deliver the goods. The crowd's going crazy and the stands are going nuts on the starting line. And Erica Anders is now a 50-time NHRA national event winner. 49 times in pro stock. And a super gas victory
She's
that
been
got her
sitting on
career
that
very
number
much rolling.
49 all
That is
year.
a performance for the ages in the final round.
As you take in this moment, and Erica, as we talked before this final, you have been so honest in saying this has been the worst season of your career. How does this victory wash over you?
Well, the book's already been written, and that's what my family kept reminding me of today. No matter what happens, you can't screw it up. You do your best, and you let God do the rest.
I don't know if I believe all that. I believe that God's got a hand in it, but your foot's still working the gas pedal.
Exactly.
You know what? All right, let's go to real quick to the funny cars.
There are times where it feels like
All
betting
John
against Austin
Force
Prock
in
is
this
like betting against the
Really?
sunrise. But if there's one team that can get him, as John Force stands between his two cars, it well may be Beckman's.
Jack Beckman and Austin Prock.
It won't be Beckman's. Austin Prock, back-to-back, 5 wins in 6 races, and the complete and utter domination of not just the state of Indiana, but the continental United States in funny car drag racing. 390 and 332.
I think we know who's going to win the championship there unless something drastic happens.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the top fuel guys.
Exciting duel of a points battle throughout this weekend came to a head with Tony Stewart winning the regular season championship. A U.S. Nationals victory adding potentially to an incomparable resume for Tony Stewart, but for Justin Ashley, it would be a 3rd win on the season and a 1st at Indy. You can hear Ashley's car move first. Justin Ashley trying to stave him off. It's Ashley on a hole shot of all things. Of course it is. 383 with a 9. Beats a 381 with a 5. A 27 reaction time. This man, who seems again calm as a cucumber, driven like a man possessed.
I'll tell you what, Tony Stewart's done real well this year, and he kept it close even here at the U.S. Nationals. So he was in the finals. Look for to see some more action there going into that shootout. All righty, that's the drag racing. Well, last week was the last race of the season for Indy cars, and they were at Nashville on the oval.
Yeah.
And let's see how that one shook out. If I can see it from here.
The final lap of the race, Joseph Newgarden leads. The gap over Alex Palou is minuscule. Simpson defends from McLaughlin, but Joseph Newgarden will awaken from what has been a nightmare year
Awaken.
to the most beautiful dream. It will be a win at home in Nashville for Joseph Newgarden. Nabri is standing by with Joseph Newgarden.
It is a storybook ending to the season for Joseph Newgarden. You have been trying for these emotions all season long. What are they?
I'm just glad we got one without anything going wrong. For the pigs! For the pigs, Chad! No one will get that. Chad gave the greatest pre-race speech in Milwaukee. For the 2 crew, just happy to celebrate this team. You know, they deserve it. No one's going to understand the pig, Chad. Thanks for handing this. Yeah, it's just been,
we'll try to find out what that was all about.
They've done a great job. Obviously, Will won in Portland, which was a huge lift for everybody, and he really deserved it. And I think he could have won this race today. It was a shame to see what happened to him. He's a legend. I was on the radio. I was like, you guys see Will? What a legend. But it's great for our team, Stemo, Team Chevy. So, tough year, but good to get a win here at the end.
So mentioning Will Power decided, he and Penske decided it would be better if he left this year, and so as opposed to the next year, because he might not have so many opportunities. But instantly, Brian Herta got picked up by Cadillac Formula One as a test driver. So Will Power left Penske and took Brian Herta's seat over at Andretti Racing.
Oh, okay.
So that is going to be, I'm looking forward to seeing Will Power in an Andretti car.
Yeah.
Those cars are a little bit different setup than
Penske.
Yes.
Okay.
So that'll be real cool. All right. Let's see. What other?
Steve's flying through those folks.
Yep.
It's just
And
a
then
lot.
in NASCAR last week was
Yeah.
at Darlington, and let's check that one out, man. That was a wild race.
Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick, Eric Jones. This is it. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Who do you think's going to do it? We'll have the answer real soon. Here comes Tyler Reddick. He's only just over a car length back. It's going to come down to turns 3 and 4. And Reddick throws everything he's got at Chase Briscoe. Is he close enough? Briscoe's able to move by. This was the race that changed Chase Briscoe's life last year, and he's done it again. Briscoe wins the Southern 500.
Reddick behind you, or delivering on the promise that Brooks made earlier tonight to get to victory lane?
Yeah, man, that there at the end, that was way harder than it needed to be. Man, what a just an incredible pass pro shot Toyota. As a fan, I've watched Martin kind of dominate a lot of races, and it was fun to finally be behind the wheel of it. But man, it's so cool I see those fireworks. It's so cool to win 2 Southern 500s in a row. This is my favorite race of the year, and it's just such because you have race fans. Every time we come here, the place is sold out, and just the atmosphere here is unlike anywhere else. So yeah, just a great way to start our playoffs, and man, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, good way to start the playoffs, isn't the word for it. All right, last night, the Xfinity guys were in St. Louis, and this is where the NASCAR Cup guys will be today. And this is how it shook out. It was a really good race.
What the track is.
What a run, Adam. What a run he has been on.
Incredible.
Off of turn 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Easy. Through turns 1 and 2 and a final drive down the back straightaway. What a rookie campaign for CZ. Going to win the regular season championship. 9 victories. That's the most ever by a rookie. And an exclamation point here tonight. Connor Zilic wins at St. Louis. It's his 4th 4th victory in a row.
Connor Zilic locks in the regular season championship, also becomes only the third driver in Xfinity Series history to get 4 wins in a row, adds his name to the list of Sam Ard and Noah Gragson. Man, you were the dominant car all day long. Had to survive, though, a multiple late race restarts. How did you do it?
Yeah, that one was stressful. Man, that's awesome. 4 in a row. I think that's 7 of the last 8 for our WeatherTech Chevrolet team. Thank you, the WeatherTech. It's Cooper McNeil's birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday. It's my mom's birthday today, so happy birthday, Mom. I love you. And yeah, man, that's awesome. 4 in a row. A lot of fans here. It's awesome to come here to St. Louis and bring the Xfinity Series back here. So thank you guys for showing out tonight. And yeah, that's awesome. We're going to celebrate this and the regular season championship.
Next year, Connor Zilic is going to be in the Trackhouse Cup car. So we'll see. I don't think he's going to have the overwhelming success like he has with Xfinity over here. He's totally dominating Xfinity. We'll see how that shakes out the rest of the season.
Even after he broke his shoulder and everything.
Yeah, he fell off the car. You know, it was only 2 weeks ago the guy had, broke his collarbone.
Yeah, exactly.
That's got to be painful, especially steering those things, man.
Cortisone shots, too.
Cortisone shots.
I've had them, I know.
There you go. All right, well, I did it. We have 2 minutes to spare.
Woohoo! All right, U.S. Open tennis.
U.S., oh boy, was that something.
Yesterday was the women's final between Ariana Sablanka and Amanda Anisnikov. Sablanka won in straight sets, 6-3, 7-6. It was her second consecutive U.S. Open win and her 4th Grand Slam title.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was.
Yeah, it looked like she won the first set, and then it went to second set, and then Amanda won the second set barely.
Yeah.
And then when it went to the third set, it just like she completely dominated her.
Oh yeah,
It
she
was
did.
like-
Sablanka,
I thought it was going to be close.
She's the number 1 player in the world. She's very, she's a dominant tennis player. She's
Yep.
27 years old, so she's getting right into her prime now.
Yep.
So she's gonna be around for a while. That was her 4th Grand Slam title, so that's pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, and it's her second one here.
Yeah, second one at U.S. Open. Yeah.
Yep.
And then this afternoon at 2:00, which it's interesting because you and I talked about it before the show. In previous years, the U.S. Open had been at night. Because remember when Serena was retiring a few years ago? They were playing at 8:00 at night for the finals and things like that. So I don't understand why they went to 2:00 in the afternoon.
Well, they did it for. They went tonight, but years ago it was in the whatever the time was. It was in the morning. If Wimbledon was over there, we had 4 hours different. We had to get up early to watch
right,
the
exactly.
Wimbledon thing.
But I'm thinking
but
with
here,
football a little bit, because the games start at 1:00.
Plus, it'd be cooler.
It'd be cooler. Now, yesterday they had a total rainstorm down there. Up in New York, so that it got postponed for a bit. But yeah, so the men, your number 1 seed Yannick Sinner is taking on Carlos Alcaraz. So we're gonna see how that shake out. Your 1 and 2 seed Alcaraz took out Djokovic to reach the finals in the semis. So that's at 2:00 this afternoon. Of course, we got all our football starting at 1 and 4 o'clock. So we'll be.
WDBFradio.com. WDBFradio.com. WDBFradio.com.
This is Ferrari's home track, and anyway, we'll be back.